Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here for Tuesday, July 16th. Now, before we get into the play of the day, a couple of announcements. First of all, I'm aware this video is coming out extremely early in the morning. There's a reason for that. I am actually going to be traveling to Florida tomorrow afternoon, so I will not be able to make my usual video in the early afternoon to late morning. So, based on that, I decided to not deprive any of you of a play of the day. So I'll simply be giving that out now, and you can simply just view it tomorrow morning if you are sleeping, and that way you have the content you need, and I'll be able to have provided that for you and make my flight on time. So before we can get into the play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We picked up a very nice winner in the Summer League Championship game as we recommended the over 171.5 between the Timberwolves and the Grizzlies at 171.5 at minus 110. That was bet up to 172.5 by tip-off, and that game absolutely flew over as you saw 197 total points, and that means that win brought our final Summer League record to 7-1-1 for over 5.5 units in profit. And let me actually pull up that number for you right now, as I uploaded the exact figure on my Twitter. In terms of Summer League, we ended up going 7-1-1 for plus 5.51 units. Definitely a very nice, showing for the Summer League, and we hope to continue that for the NBA. But the NBA doesn't start for another couple of months, which means that we hope to carry over momentum to baseball, and that will be what we are talking about for the play of the day. In terms of the matchup, we are looking at the Dodgers against the Phillies, and this play might seem squarish, but I think it is reasonable. The play of the day will be on the Los Angeles Dodgers on the run line, which is available at minus 115 at time of recording on Pinnacle. I'm sorry. Wait, let me just look at that. Sorry, not Pinnacle, on Heritage, I should say. Pinnacle is a minus 120 as it simply just changed the line. The play of the day will be the Dodgers minus 1.5 runs, which is available at minus 115 on Heritage. I know that this video is coming out at roughly 1 in the morning Eastern time. I'd recommend taking that as soon as possible, as it already has been steamed up from minus 110 to minus 115. For me, I simply just think that the Dodgers are the overall better team. They obviously have the better pitcher on the mound. It will be a match between Buehler and Velasquez. Velasquez is 2-5 with a 4.63 ERA, where Buehler is 8-1, I should say, with a 3.46 ERA. In addition, Buehler has also been great on the road and in night games, as Buehler on the road is 5-1 with a 3.76 ERA, and he is also 6-0 with a 3.36 ERA in night games, where Velasquez, on the other hand, has struggled a little bit in night games. He is 2-3 with a 4.15 ERA. He has been pretty good at home, but I simply think that the Dodgers will be able to get to him early, as Velasquez so far this season has pitched 1 2/3 innings against the Dodgers, and he has given up 2 earned runs. So I simply think that the Dodgers are the right side here. They absolutely demolished the Phillies yesterday, 16-2. The Phillies are not a type of team I'd want to back right now. I know they ended up beating the Nationals to avoid a sweep via walk-off home run on Sunday, but I really don't like the way they've been playing today. They absolutely blew out the Phillies in the opener in this game. I simply think these teams are on two different, roads here. I think the Dodgers are going to keep rolling, and the Phillies are about to start slumping. Thank you, CR. I appreciate that. It was definitely a nice win with the NBA. But in terms of the play of the day for baseball, I will be leaning to the Dodgers minus 1.5 runs, which is available at Heritage at minus 115. And I would recommend betting that now, as that line should close at roughly minus 125 before first pitch at 7:05 Eastern time. So other than that, I will give out some brief MLB leans besides the play of the day, as people have asked that. Sorry, the leans didn't really go that well yesterday, as we ended up going 1-2 with the leans, with the Braves money line winning, but we lost on the White Sox money line as well as the Indians under 10.5. So apologies there, but the play of the day overall I thought was definitely, made up for it. Thanks, Will. I appreciate that. And in terms of some of the leans, I know that the lines are highly volatile right now, and they will change sometime in the morning. But I will small lean here to the Reds. This isn't really one of my main leans, but I definitely like the value here. The Cubs are going to be using Mills, and the Reds are going to be using DeSclafani. Reds have actually played pretty well over the last couple of days. They were able to win a couple in Coors Field with the Rockies, and they were able to beat the Cubs in the series opener today. But in terms of the actual matchup, I know the Cubs are a great home team, and I get that. But Mills right now is going to have his first start of the season with the Cubs. He has a career ERA of 5.48, definitely not impressive. And Desclafani has been decent so far this season. I think he's definitely good enough for the Reds to avoid being roughly plus 120 favorites, as he is 5-4 this season. So small lean to the Reds in that one. Yes, CR, sorry about that. It happens. It looked promising early, and then the floodgates opened up roughly the third inning or so. So my apologies on that one. But overall, we'll look to bounce back in the lean department here. Other than that, small lean to the over in the Mets and the Twins game with Pineda versus Matz. Matz was moved to the bullpen for a little while as he was having some arm issues, and the Mets bullpen was terrible. Pineda has been pretty good in recent starts. He's 6-4 with a 4.56 ERA. However, he has not been amazing at home as he is over a 4.2 ERA, and he's also struggled the night into the 4.9 ERA. I think that he will struggle a bit in this one. Matz is a complete wild card, and the Twins, with their potent lineup, have the ability to take him long multiple times, as that is what Matz has struggled with so far in his career, as he tends to give up the long ball a decent amount. So for me, I will lean to the Twins and Mets over 10 there. I think you'll see a decent amount of runs. Matz on the road this season, it is worth mentioning, has an ERA of 7.07. So I think that he will get smacked in this one, and I think that that game will fly over the total. So one of my main leans will be on the Twins over. Other than that, I like the Rangers, but I don't see much value there with Lance Lynn on the mound, as he has been fantastic, but at minus 150-something, I'm not really a big fan of that line. Overall, also lean to the Giants tomorrow. This is one of my main leans. You have Lambert versus Pomerantz. I know Pomerantz has been very hit or miss this season, but the Giants just swept a doubleheader, and they won different ways. The first game, they scored 19 runs. The second game, they scored 2 runs, and they were able to win both. The Rockies have been playing some really awful baseball lately, and Pomerantz has struggled so far during the season as a whole, but over the last month or so, it seems like he has righted the ship, and I definitely do not want to back the Rockies at this point in time, as their starting pitching has been terrible, their bullpen's been terrible. Pretty much anything that does not involve hitting has been atrocious, and I will definitely lean to the hotter team in the Giants there, as I think they should be able to get the job done at a solid underdog price. I mean, Lambert's 2-1 with a 6.61 ERA, if I saw that correctly, as I'm looking through this really quickly. Sorry, my apologies. ESPN's loading. Yeah, so Lambert has a 6.67 ERA. Meanwhile, Pomerantz has a 6.42 ERA, which is not great by any means either. But if you look at his last month or so, it's been serviceable. He's gone at least 5 innings, given up 2 runs or less in, let me count this, 4 of his last 6 starts. He has actually been pretty good, and I simply do not trust the Rockies at this point in time. So I will lean to the Giants there on the money line. I will lean to the over in the Mets-Twins game, and I will also have a very small lean to the Reds on the money line there at roughly plus 117, plus 119. Shop around for that one. But in terms of the play of the day, we like the Dodgers minus 1.5 runs, which is available at minus 115 at Heritage, and that will be the play of the day for July 16th. But before we conclude today's video, quick reminder of our sponsor, PointsBet, online sportsbook in New Jersey. A couple of great deals for you. Up to 2 risk-free bets up to $1,000. So if you bet on baseball, even WNBA or tennis or anything you want, and you lose, you get your money back and don't have to worry about that. So that's definitely a good promo that I will link in the description below, as it's a sports book that I definitely think some of you should consider using if you're in the New Jersey area. Yeah, no problem, CR. Just glad to provide you with quality info. And with that being said, let's move for this installment of Scott's Selections here for Tuesday, July 16th. And good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.